Yo, what's going on, and welcome back to some Shadowverse Champions battle. Last time we did a whole bunch of random stuff, mostly looking around to see what new cards we had available to us, as well as buying a whole bunch of packs. And, oh, we also figured out that Kagura has had bond quests for a while, we just haven't been doing them because we couldn't see them on the map. But, besides that, after we got all those cards, I kind of reworked some of my decks and pretty much just made additions to them and took out old stuff that maybe didn't belong there. Kept most of the the curve the same for most of these decks. The only thing that I kind of wanted to talk about, I figured we don't need to show and go through every single deck change I made, but I was interested because I was kind of trying to figure out how to use Nephthys, and so I made or I changed my Shadowcraft deck to be able to use Nephthys, and I just thought I'd share why I made it this way, because it's kind of interesting, and now that I understand it, I feel like maybe other people could benefit from the information as well. So if you don't know what Nephthys does, is when you put it on the field, it randomly puts followers of different costs, excluding Nephthys, from your deck into play until your area is full, then you destroy all of those followers. Now, that seems really cool, but it seems like you might not be able to control what you're getting onto the field. But that is false. You can kind of control what you're getting onto the field, because Nephthys specifically says of different costs. So you can see how this deck is built. Up there in the top right, the blue bar is spells, while the red bar is followers, right? So as far as one cost goes, we only have spells. So Nephthys can't pull a one cost follower, right? And as far as two cost goes, we have a whole bunch of stuff in the two cost section, but this isn't that important. If Nephthys pulls a two cost, it's whatever. But then we get to three costs, and we have a Healing Angel, which wouldn't be that useful, but we have Spartoi Soldier, which would give us some shadows, and as well we have Attendant of Night, which if he gets pulled, then he's putting out a Lich onto the field because he's getting killed, right? And then when we go to 4 costs, we got Erd and Hell's Unleasher. If we pull a Hell's Unleasher, then we're getting a Lich. So you can see right now we've gone through 3 different costs that Nephthys could pull. And a few of those cards have some benefits. Now we move on to the next one, which this one's not exactly how I want it, but it's just kind of how it's working out right now. We move on to the 4th one, which is 6, and Nephthys could pull a Lord of the Flies, which essentially does nothing for us, I'm pretty sure. Because I don't think it gets its fanfare effects. In effect, fanfare effects activate as the card comes into your area after playing it from the hand and paying its costs. So yeah, fanfare effects don't activate when Nephthys pulls something out onto the field. But you can see that we now have 4 different options for Nephthys to pull, and it's guaranteed if we have an empty field to pull 4 options. Now when we move on to 7 costs, we now have 5 options, and we're either getting Cursed Soldier, which isn't that good, but we really want 3 of this guy, because he'll just kill something when he comes out and gets killed, and then it'll heal our leader. So there's that. If we could get rid of Lord of the Flies and add more Death's Breath, then it will remove 6 costs from the equation entirely. And if we can make this more of, what's this guy's name? Kawhi? Or Kawi? Underworld Watchman Kawi? We can just make it purely that. That'll be more consistent. And then we have Mordecai as the only 8 cost it could pull, because I took out Pluto, because I didn't want to pull Pluto on accident. So that pretty much means that we have 6 different costs that it can pull from. So there's a very high chance you're going to get a Mordecai. Once we get the 7 sorted out, a pretty high chance that we'll get a Kawi. Once we get rid of the 6, then it'll increase our chances of pulling a Mordecai or a Kawi. Then our Hell's Unleasher is pretty high chance. Getting Attendant of Night is kind of a low chance, but it's going to be like a 3rd chance once we get enough of them. And then we could always get a Lurching Corpse as well. So you can see kind of that's how the deck is designed. It's designed to have its numbers built in a way where Nephthys pulls specific things, and you kind of just win once Nephthys comes out, because your field just becomes too powerful. And I also reworked our Runecraft deck down here. I don't know why this is the background for the Bloodcraft deck. I changed the Bloodcraft deck quite significantly. We might add in a new design. You can see this is pretty much the deck preview. Really heavy aggro, Vania, Urius, which we talked about last time. Lots of cards that summon bats for Vania, as well as just having them attack. Got Goblin Mage to hopefully pull Urius or Vania or pull Bloodwolf. All of those are great. Winged Devil is one of those prize cards that we got that I think will work very well with Vania, so I went ahead and put him in. Just lots of other bat cards, but this is what we got. I kind of want to change the background. We'll change it to Evolved Vania. What looks better, regular Vania or Evolved Vania? Kind of like regular Vania more. And yeah, so we might try our Runecraft deck out. Maybe we'll start with the Shadowcraft deck, because I kind of want to see how it works. And so what are we doing today? Today I think we're going to do multiple bond quests if possible. And I really wanted to do that Vanessa quest as well. So why don't we look? I don't think we're going to do Tabioka's quest today. Of course, we have Alice's quest. Miyabi has another quest. Why don't we start with Miyabi, because she uses Swordcraft, and she already gave us all of the hostile takeovers that we could hold. So now maybe I'm hoping that she'll start to give us maybe whatever that Gem Knight or whatever he was. But we'll see. She's also has an AA rank deck now, so why don't we check out what her deck could give. Oh, here's actually a card that we need. I kind of need Amelia Silver Paladin. We didn't get any when we pulled from Rise of Bahamut, but she is pretty good and could improve our Swordcraft deck. When she's summoned, you put a Gelt Vice Captain into your hand, then change its cost to 0 if at least 3 enemy followers are in play. So what he does is when he gets played onto the field, he gets +1, +0, and ward if you have a commander. Obviously, if he's free, Amelia is a commander, so you can guarantee that he will immediately activate. So she could be really powerful as a 4 cost, especially if you're behind, because that's when the enemy is going to have 3 followers on the field, right? So we'll go ahead and challenge her, see if we can grab one of those maybe. Other than that, I didn't see anything else that useful. Obviously, we could get Arthurian Light, which I don't really need. I have Hostile Takeover in my deck at the moment, but it's mostly because I don't have Amelia. So there's that. Okay, so what do we got here? Obviously we have no 1 cost, so we're not worried about that. Interesting pull. Now another thing about Nephthys is I'm pretty sure Nephthys can only pull from your deck, right? So that means anything we have in our hand can't be pulled, which means the odds of pulling it are lower. Okay, what are we doing here? Maybe Lurching Corpse? Because Unica's just gonna get murdered if we summon Unica. Interesting play.
Whirling into action.
I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. She just gave up her 2 cost follower for our 2 cost follower.
You wanna mess with me?
Because otherwise we were just gonna get quite a bit of value. Now, Attendant of Night, remember... Okay, so she's playing that, but she doesn't get him for free, right? What exactly does she get out of that? So you get the Gelt, but he only becomes free if there's 3 followers. Okay. So the other thing about Attendant of Night is she can choose to kill him at any time. I guess I can also Soul Conversion him at any time. What do we gotta do here? If I Soul Conversion him, then we can use Undying Resentment this turn to kill Amelia.
Whoa!
So I think this is an easy just attack. And then Soul Conversion.
I'm gonna tell on you. You beckon.
We got a Nephthys as well. And I just want to kill your Amelia. Because that gets rid of her commander, so if she could play Gelt soon, now it won't work out. And then I think we could just hold here. Do I want to do that? No, I feel like evolving the Lich is good.
Evolve!
Because it's a 6 attack, so most of the things that she plays to deal with it are gonna have less than 6 health. So she'll probably have to summon something and evolve it to try and deal with this guy.
Be dazzled by my brilliant bling!
What does he get when he evolves?
My bling.
Subtract 2 from the cost of... Okay, yeah. So that's how she's playing her Arthurian Light this turn. But, like I said, the Lich was able to deal with another thing. So I guess we just summon 2 Unicas here? So I can't do anything till next turn when I can play Lord of the Flies.
You've gotta see me dance.
At your service.
You'll never touch Amelia! You'll never touch Amelia!
Oh, jeez. That's annoying. That's even worse. How did she play so many cards? That was ridiculous. Well, I can't Necromancy the Lord of the... Or I can't Necromancy Death's Breath, because it costs 6, right? So I guess Lord of the Flies? I mean, we pretty much just, like, lost that turn. He played way too many things for way too cheap. Do I evolve anything here? I feel like no is the answer, so he doesn't get Arthurian Lights thing. But Lord of the Flies might die.
I'll handle this, madam. I'm on my way,
Oh,
princess.
jeez.
I say your time is up.
Okay, it's not looking good.
I thought I was just a maid.
But Paui here is pretty strong. So he could just kind of sit here.
Heretics like you.
And when he dies, he'll kill something. And then he'll heal us up as well.
I'm taking you with me.
You'll never touch Amelia!
And that Arthurian Light is really annoying with Gelt.
Whirling into action.
So I guess this is our Neff this turn. Unfortunately, we have 2 Mordecais in hand. So getting a Mordecai, I think, becomes quite a bit less likely now. But it's pretty much the only play we can make, I think.
This world and the next are unchanging. Let me ease your
Oh, we did get a Mordecai and a Hell's Unleasher.
Let's do this right.
So this is great news. The question is... Oh, we just lost anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. I guess I needed to play Death's Breath, huh?
I'm only getting
Dang,
started.
man. She's got too much value.
And you long for oblivion.
She played too many cards that one turn that were all way too cheap. Like the Arthurian Light only cost her 3. The Hostile Takeover was free, which was ridiculous. Yeah, didn't go well.
Guess I'm done for.
Let's give that one another try. I do really want those Amelias. Okay, we're going first this time.
Know your place, commoner.
Not a good hand at all. Looking for any 2 cost? Nope. What am I playing here? I guess this guy?
I'll handle this, madam.
Get Lurching Corpse out there. She's probably gonna evolve. Oh no, she doesn't even have to evolve. She is still going to evolve.
Hit me now, father.
I feel like the good play here is to Erd my Lurching Corpse.
Destiny calls.
I'd hit the wrong target. Do I evolve then to deal with that Amelia? I feel like I have to because it gets stronger next turn.
No one escape. Know your fate.
Oh, good.
Maybe this deck isn't working exactly how I wanted it to, huh? Oh, Jesus.
Be dazzled by my brilliant bling!
I'd say your time is up.
Respect my bling! I mean, authority!
Well, that seems like the game's probably over. Guess we'll start with this. It's the only way to get rid of that Lurching Corpse.
Let me ease your pain. I'm only getting started.
Yeah, I'm thinking this deck isn't working. Maybe her deck is just too good against
By
it.
the light.
Because she has the Banish, which kind of hurts our last words.
You'll never touch Amelia!
Hmm. Summons 2 ghosts. And with 8 mana it can give them Bane.
Feast upon me!
By the light.
Yeah, I'm
Long, Amelia.
thinking this deck is just kind of countered by her deck a little bit too hard.
Service.
We'll never surrender. I'll handle this, madam.
Alright, but we do have Mordecai or Lord of the Flies. Let's go Lord of the Flies.
Consume me!
He has Storm and Drain.
Consume me!
Ah! You beckoned!
I feel like we just go like this.
At your service.
There goes Lord of the Flies.
I'll live again.
You'll never touch Amelia!
Yeah, we just don't stand a chance against this deck. It just uses, like, that Gem Knight card is too powerful. It uses a strategy that isn't in the normal game, and the strategy is too good.
Live long, Amelia.
Detestable. Good. Me?
I actually shouldn't have played that card.
At your
I
service.
should have played Phantom Howl and Hell's Unleasher, huh?
Be dazzled
Could have done the
by
same
my
stuff.
brilliant bling.
Because this guy just decreases the cost of too many things.
and the next are unchanging.
You gonna mess with me? You beckon? You beckon? Ah!
Alright, we're in an okay spot, I guess. We'll see how this goes.
At your service. Ah!
Kinda seems like it's lagging a bit.
Fair warning, this whip stings.
I'll live again.
This world and the next are unchanging.
I'll live again.
That's just such a ridiculous effect. Jeez.
Let's do this right.
At your service.
Like, she's at the point where she just gets infinite cards. So hard to deal with. Okay, we did get the ward.
Feast upon me!
I guess we could just race her. Because we're kind of at the point where we have an infinite Mordecai.
Ah!
My sword brings hope. Say goodbye, peasants. Shining Paladin, attack!
You'll never touch Amelia!
That's really annoying. Can we stop them from winning? I play Phantom Howl, or do I just have to play Nephthys? I don't think Nephthys gets me anything good here, though. Phantom Howl gets me 3 ghosts, which can pick up 2 kills. Yeah, let's do that.
I'm coming for you. Detestable.
Actually, I'm gonna do
Me!
this, I think.
Live long, Amelia.
I don't think it actually mattered what order I did it in, because I was gonna get Hell's Unleasher killed probably anyways.
But it's a gold card!
I'm gone!
How useless.
Let's do this right.
At your service.
Really.
I'm on my way, princess.
Ah!
I'm on my way, princess.
Well, we're about to win, huh? I just don't kill any of his cards.
Let's do this
I think we win.
Life is too dear.
I'm gone!
If he has a way to win here, I'm gonna be upset. I mean, he could. He does. Yeah, he needs to do that. He's getting rid of a Mordecai. Does he get a full Mordecai? He does. He got a full Mordecai out of it because Mordecai died, but we still won.
This should finish it. Bested by a mere
Man, that hostile takeover is really bad, or like really good against last word cards because you steal them, they don't get their last words effect, and then you get their last words effect. But we did get in Amelia, so this is great news. I don't think this deck is as good as I thought it was, but
A worthwhile effort.
yeah. Okay, so we're gonna do her quest. I am also going to another hostile takeover. Really, I don't need any more of those. I'm going to edit my swordcraft deck to put that new card in. I'm looking for 4 cost. There you are. And then we're gonna take out a hostile takeover, I think. So you can kind of get a sneak peek at our deck right now. Actually, do I want to take out a hostile takeover? Yeah, whatever. I was thinking maybe take out Avent Blader instead. But
Oh.
the Zenji code states that father knows best, but I just don't know. Surely he's mistaken this time. There's absolutely no way such a revolting man is right for me. Sounds like Miyabi's situation hasn't been resolved yet. Should I ask her about it?
Just a moment.
Oh, well, if it isn't you. You've come at a good time, actually. Do you recall the incident that led to our lovely dinner together at Shei Kobayashi's? Fortunately, my so-called marriage situation has become even worse since then. Father is the one who introduced him to me, so proper form dictates that I should at least give him a chance. But hearing his voice is enough to make me scream. I am quite simply exhausted. And setting aside my personal issues with him, I've heard a number of disconcerting rumors about that man. It seems he's affiliated with some rather unsavory characters. Of course, this is only hearsay. If I could obtain some proof, perhaps I could change Father's mind and put an end to this nonsense. But to do that, I'll first need to discern where those depraved sorts are known to congregate. You'd be willing to do that for me? Well, I mean, you told me this entire thing and you weren't expecting me to help. And here I thought I was generous of heart. It seems I was right to give you my seal of approval. Now hurry along. Surely there's a place where unscrupulous swindlers roost. Remember, the Miyabi Zaizenji is... oh yeah, is counting on you. Okay, but like... I can't do that quest right now, can I? Because I can't go to the Underverse? So I don't think I can do that. Although, it looks like the quest might be here. Somebody help me! Sounds like someone's in trouble. I better hurry and find them. I mean, we know that the place is over here. You are unworthy, leave. Look, I'm better than, Maro, who's right there. Boss says you're getting in the way of his new product. We can't have that, can we? Oh, this must be the quest. It might be a wise business move to pull your product off the shelves for your own sake. Get my drift? I can't do something like that. It seems someone never went to business school. I suppose we'll have to give you a proper education ourselves. It looks like the rumors about him were true. Miyabi needs to know about this. Shouldn't we, like, take a video? You've already found something.
Well, well.
I see. Somehow I'm not surprised. Now hurry. Take me to them at once.
Do not hold back.
What are you doing? This is no time to dawdle. Now is the time for justice. So these are your true colors. My lady, what are you doing here? Silence. Father will hear about all your evil deeds here. Mark my words. You think you're hot stuff just because you've got daddy's money?
Exactly like that.
No matter how much or how little money I have, Zaizenji is always rich in honor. Which is more than I can say for you. You low-life, scum-sucking scoundrel. This spoiled brat. Come on, let's get out of here. You got it, boss. They'll do well to remember what happens when you make an enemy out of a Zaizenji. I think I can safely say that that's the last we'll be seeing of him. And hopefully Father will learn something from these events and consider his choices for me more carefully from now on.
Commoner!
By the by, peasant, you have any plans after this? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't. Wow! As it's nearly dinner time, I'd like to request your companionship for a meal. I won't take no for an answer. I dare say the place you introduced me to last time will do. I've been thinking about the exquisite taste of those sandwiches ever since. As we Zaizenji say, a meal is never complete without a good company.
Very nice.
At least they do now. That pearl of wisdom was created by yours truly at this very moment. Now then, no more dilly-dallying, let us be off. As expected, Kobayashi was ready and willing to serve us a meal with a smile, even on such short notice. What a nice guy. That was positively delectable. You know, he should think about opening his own restaurant.
Thanks.
I really must thank you, not only for dinner, of course, but for the assistance throughout this entire
I'm
ordeal.
grateful.
According to the Zenji Code, a debt must be repaid tenfold. I believe this should more than suffice. $1,000? Oh, hey, she did. You can get golden wire. Okay, okay, okay. I mean, he's pretty good. What's her little quote thing? Oh ho ho, riches, prestige, affluence, they all dance in the palm of my hand. Now then, I suppose it's time I taught you your place. I don't know, he's not really useful in our swordcraft deck because we aren't using amulets. But I feel like this guy's kind of OP because Arthurian Light's not that good. But with this guy, it becomes good.
My apologies.
I hope we have a chance to dine together soon. But for now, I need to report today's events to Father. Good day. And with that, it seems Miyabi's troubles are finally over. Those scoundrels will rue the day they ever tried to swindle a Zaizenji. I'll see to it that they never do business in this town again. For now, at least. Okay, so that quest is all done. Does this guy have anything cool? Oh, you got a new deck. Oh, you have Alberts as well. Anything else in here that we would want? No, but I kind of want to go for this Albert. It might not happen, but we'll give it a try. The problem with some of these late game battles is like, it's kind of a toss-up whether we win or lose. We don't just like win every single time anymore.
Ready when you are.
Because these people have like actual good decks. Oof. He's aggro too, so that might be bad.
I'll lead the charge.
Although if he doesn't have Whole Souled Swing,
Gotta see me dance.
Unica kind of just negates anything he wants to do.
Let's speed
Oh,
things
never
up.
mind. He can kill Unica now. Wow.
Should have been quicker.
But I guess Unica has dealt with everything,
That hurts.
so it's pretty decent. I guess we'll play Blitz Lancer. She has Rush, but I can't use Rush, so I need something to play next turn.
Conflict is everything.
Alright, well, that's kind of like a game-losing draw right there, right? To not have anything right there.
Weapon at the ready, youngling.
Catch me if you can.
Make way for the big dogs.
Mission failure.
Well, do I just Blitz Lancer instead? I think so.
Done in a jiffy.
That way I don't have to evolve.
Eat this.
Others will follow.
Sky Knights,
Oh,
prepare
jeez.
for battle.
Is he gonna evolve that? Yep,
My dust.
that's bad.
A little blood won't stop me.
I guess it's time for Tsubaki.
Take my blade of resentment.
So this is the end.
So now we can maybe play Cyclone
My
Blade.
ally is justice.
See ya.
Jesus, calm down.
I am one with the spear. Conflict is
Oh my
everything.
god.
Conflict is
Okay. We're in a really bad spot now. So we pretty much need the Cyclone Blade. Deal X damage to all other followers. X equals the attack of the chosen follower. So we can kill everything on the field with Cyclone Blade.
my conviction does not.
Then we
waver.
play Veteran Lancer to try and protect ourselves from any aggro. Do I evolve here?
You're full of
I think I do evolve, just because he has no evolves left anyways.
Vanish like the dew. You're full of openness.
Plus we can not quite win? Maybe we can.
You're safe with me, Captain. No retreat.
Not anymore, obviously. This is all other followers, right? Yeah. So if I have followers on the field, it will kill them as well. I could play Avant Blader and Novice Trooper, but I kind of want to set up a ward. We'll save Alwitas for next turn with Novice Trooper,
You're full of openness.
and we'll kill that. I guess I could have evolved to the front guard general. That was probably the right play.
Let's speed things up.
My ally is justice.
Yeah, I think he ran out of steam.
To arms, brother.
Good thing too, because we only had
At your
2 health
service.
left. Alright, we won.
You're full of openings.
Can't take.
This should
That was
finish
close.
it.
You're too fast.
Yeah, lucky the changes we made to our deck, you can already see them working. That Cyclone Blade was huge. Oh, we didn't get the Albert. We just need one more. I mean, every time we see someone with Albert, we'll probably fight them till we get that last Albert. Congrats, you beat me. Give me an Albert. Do it. Do it. Yeah. Alright, there's the last Albert. I always forget about the fact that when you get a deck code, they give you a card from it. It's usually like the rare card. So let's fill up the Albert slots. And we'll probably get rid of Avant Blader, I'm thinking. So that doesn't really have a great place in this deck. Like, it almost always feels bad to play Avant Blader. Okay. So there's that. Now we also need it in our aggro deck. Not sure what we're changing for that, though. We'll see. We probably have something as like a stay in the 5 cost. Yeah, Wind God. That's what it is. Wind God and Hostile Takeover are the 2 that need to be changed. Oh, we also have Amelia. Forgot to put Amelia. Wait. I put Amelia in the deck, didn't I? Now I'm just losing my mind. Yeah, I put Amelia in this deck. Okay. I actually wanted Hostile Takeover in the aggro deck. Oh, we already have enough rank points, too. Oh, we haven't even gone to the right place yet. Okay, so we want to go to the dorm. So we can change it to nighttime and do some of these nighttime quests. I guess we're not going to be doing any bond quests today.
Ding dong.
I like the bell ringer angel. Alright, what do we got quest-wise? Nothing here. That Havencraft person we never did fight. I think they're like AA rank or something. I kind of do want to continue that quest as well. What quests are here? Is Tabioka also here at night? Or what is this quest? The first one. Also Tabioka. What are you? Oh, you're the puzzle dude. Or the riddle dude. As the keeper of enigmas, I've been working hard to improve my game. Are you ready for a new tougher me? Because the intermediate level of Shadowverse quiz is about to begin. Let's do it. That's exactly what I hoped you'd say. Then I, Riddlesworth, will face you with everything at my disposal. Here we go. Question 1. What happens if you try to draw a card when you already have 9 cards in your hand? Oh no. It doesn't return to your deck. I don't know if it becomes a shadow or if it's banished. I think it's banished. Incorrect. Oh, dang it. I guess it becomes a shadow. I didn't know, so that's whatever. Card becomes a shadow, I guess. Correct. I guess I'm not the only one who's been training since last time. Here comes the next question. If both you and your opponent have 3 defense and you play Demonic Storm, what will happen? Oh, we talked about this. I'm pretty sure you win the match. Incorrect. I don't think the match can end as a draw. You lose the match then? You and your opponent reach 0 defense at the same time. Whoever played the card will lose. Oh, okay. I thought it was just the opposite way, but whatever. So we come to the last question. I hope you're ready. Man, we don't have a very good... The Prince of Darkness card replaces your deck with a new one. What is the deck called? It is called the Apocalypse deck, sir. Riddle me timbers. You got all 3 questions correct. Impressive. Yeah, kind of. After multiple tries, but... And that means you completed the intermediate level quiz and won a prize. Here you go. Call of Cositis. I've actually seen that card. It seems interesting, but kind of difficult to use. But this is far from over. The next time we meet, I'll have the ultimate quiz prepared for you. Alright, fair enough. Are you gonna get called by your wife again? Actually, while you're here, I have one extra question for you. Riddle me this. What gift should one give to soothe the heart of an angry love? I'm assuming all of these are good. Flowers. A ring seems a little extreme. And cake might send the wrong message depending on who your love is. Correct again. Well, I should be on my way. Yeah, that sounds like the perfect present. I just hope it'll be enough. I mean, flowers are a little bit on the low end. The Keeper of Enigmas, Riddlesworth. I have a feeling we'll meet again someday. I should check back here if I feel like taking on more quizzes. Okay, so let's go through the list. Get to this guy. See what kind of deck he wants me to use against him. Hopefully it's something we have. I have most things. Hey, we meet again. I've got great news. I'm finally going to debut my comic and I couldn't have done it without you. So now that my comic's going to be published, my new editor's coming down on me pretty hard. Could you lend me an ear? Thank you, I knew I could count on you. After our match, I did a ton of research and tweaked my storyboards to incorporate my new knowledge. But I guess I got it carried away and added more detail than I needed. My editor thinks the story needs to be less nitpicky and more epic. How would a regular guy like me know what makes a story epic? What am I supposed to do? Sounds like he needs to add some epic flair to his narrative. Dragoncraft, huh? One of the decks that I haven't worked with. Alright, we're gonna have to work on our Dragoncraft deck. It's a mighty good idea. Say, do you mind? Not right now? Sorry, sir. I need to actually build a Dragoncraft deck then, because this one is pretty much from the beginning of the game and is probably garbage. Is there a way to, like, empty out the deck without deleting it? Doesn't look like it. Give me 3 ivory dragons. What do you do? Overflow is active. Randomly put a copy of one of the highest cost ally followers destroyed during your opponent's period. Nope, that's not what I want. Sure, give me a third one of those. Unica's pretty good. Get rid of this Well of Destiny. Gain Storm if Overflow is active for you. Just a bad card. This guy, I have found out, is very annoying to deal with. So we'll put that in. Probably better than Dragon Rider. Do I want more Fire Lizards? We'll put Fire Lizard in temporarily. Can't attack, or can't be attacked. Randomly discard one of the lowest cards and draw a card. Whenever you discard cards from your hand, deal X to the enemy leader. X equals the number of cards discarded. Oh, right. There's a discard Dragoncraft, like, entire setup. Not what I want to play, but is this what I want? Put a random card that costs at least 5 play points from your deck. Yeah, this is the card I want. But we're trying to make like a ramp Dragoncraft deck, where the idea is to have it ramp up quickly and efficiently. I don't think we want Firstborn Dragon. We want 3 Ayelas. I don't think we want Twin-Headed either. Also, probably don't want Ethica. This guy's decent. What about this guy? Deal 2 damage to an enemy follower if an evolved ally is in play. This guy seems pretty good. We decided that this could be good, but that's more of a Storm card. Are we playing Storm? I don't know that we're actually playing Storm. I don't want Death Dragons. We'll think about that card. Keep it in the back of our mind. Transform each card in your hand that costs 3 play points or less into a Hellflame Dragon if Overflow is active for you. Whenever a card that costs 3 play points or less is added to your hand, transform it into a Hellflame Dragon. A Hellflame Dragon is a 2-cost 4/3 with Rush. Probably worth it. What is Glint Dragon? Fanfare, deal 1 damage to an enemy follower. Death Mist Dragon. Can't be attacked at the start of your turn, deal 1 damage to all other followers. Not really what I'm looking for. Siegfried's good though. Probably better than Dragon Warrior. Deals 6 to a follower. I don't know about that card. We'll have to think. Gain +1/+1 and Ward if Overflow is active for you. Very annoying card to deal with. Pyrocene Dragon? Randomly discard. Oh, that's more discard. Kind of looking for our high-end cards now, I think. Probably want... Is Dance of Death better than Serpent Wrath? Probably. Oh, this thing. Overflow is active for you, deal 2 damage to an enemy follower. We also want Draconic Fervor. No, I don't really want that. We probably want as many Fortes as we can get. We want Gabrielle. Summon a Mega Lorca. This is kind of not great. Evolve all Mega Lorcas. What does an evolved Mega Lorca look like? Okay, fair enough. So if you evolve her, she gets no stats out of evolving. Ugh. Do we want a 3rd Conflagration? Probably. I kind of like Greya. But we don't have Annabelle. Oh, we might as well just put in one gray. Yeah, sure, why not? That card doesn't really do much. Destroy an enemy follower or amulet. Fafnir. Deal 2 damage to all other followers. We don't really have any of the late game dragons, huh? We don't have Genesis Dragon. So I guess more Fafnirs. And maybe a Polyphonic Roar or 2. And then we'll get rid of you. How do we want to change this? We don't need Disaster Dragon. What do you do? Oh, you're the neutral card. What does Hydra do? Can attack 2 times per turn. See, this is a deck where I wish I had Dark Angel Olivia for. At least right now, since we don't have a lot of really good high-end stuff. Transform a random allied follower into a dragon. That's not worth it. Evolve, deal 5 damage to an enemy follower, then randomly discard. Oh, that's another discard card. Do I want more Wyvern Cavalry? Destroy an enemy amulet. Ward if Overflow is active for you. Give me another Wyvern Cavalry. Get rid of both of those. Don't think we need that. Do we need Unica? Probably not. But it could be good. Maybe we don't need Mushu Su? Maybe we don't need 3 Fafnirs? Probably don't need Dread Dragon. Gabrielle, yes or no? Does this only work on Dragoncraft followers? No. You could maybe make a Gabrielle happen, but probably not. Need 7 more things to get out of this deck. I don't think we need nearly that many of those. I like the Fire Lizard because it works really well with Siegfried. Maybe we don't need Wyvern Cavalry. I like the Greya. We need 3 more things out of here. Okay, which of these 2 costs are we getting rid of? We got too much 2 cost. Maybe we get rid of 1 Dragon Emissary. I feel like we get rid of this guy. Alright, let's do it. I'm at least hoping that this deck can win. It doesn't have to be great, but it just has to win this match. I don't know how good this guy is now. He's an A Runecraft, huh?
Ready when you are. Good luck.
He keeps changing his deck type, but it's whatever. This is a fine hand to start. Got lots of options. Do I just go ahead and play Dragon Oracle? Yeah, I think I can afford to play Dragon Oracle here. Then next turn, I can play Ayala or Ayala
Wager our souls.
and Blazing Breath.
I can't keep relying on you, Dragon.
And then next turn, I can play another Ayala and wow, really?
Sorry. I've got to take a break.
Alright, I guess I'm gonna be able to play more than I thought I'd be able to. Ooh, that Blazing Breath is actually huge. So that means I can play Unica.
Gotta see me dance!
I kind of feel like I just play Dragon Emissary, because we're already so close to... Should have played Dragon Emissary first. But now Unica can evolve, and we're already at Overflow.
Evolve!
Because he killed my Ayala. She maybe shouldn't have done.
To be graceful. Oh, yeah!
But now he kind of needs to deal with Unica, because she's going to be really annoying. Okay, well, he dealt with it.
Hey, that hurts!
But he did use an entire Wind Blast, and he's got no hand left. I got Forte. Definitely just evolving Forte. Oh, we get cutscenes for them too. I didn't realize we got cutscenes. This is the only card we've ever played that has a cutscene. Alright, and if we have Overflow, then she can't be attacked, so... Just gonna hope he doesn't have a spell that can target her.
The skies will be ruled. Only the
I mean, he can't have much, right? He just drew one of his cards. The other one could technically be something. Okay, let's start with Ivory Dragon to draw a card. Oh, nice. This is a free kill, right? Yup. Then let's get Ayala out there too.
Relying on you, Dragon.
Only the strong are worthy.
Yo, this deck is wrecking.
You're tough.
You're a jerk, but you still lose. Because we can just evolve.
Go for it! As long as we've got each other, Mr. Dragon. This should finish it!
Oh, that went well.
Good.
This is what I'm saying. Ayala is such a dumb card.
Good game!
He shouldn't have killed my Ayala, probably, because it pretty much lost him the game. Wowza, your playstyle was so dynamic. One might even say it was epic. It all makes sense now. Big emotions, big changes in flow. That's what my editor means by epic. Thanks so much. I think I have an idea of how to make my comic book more epic now. Man, you really are a lifesaver. Here, I want you to have this. $400? Shenglong? Randomly discard one of the... Oh, this is more of the discard dragon craft. You're always coming to my rescue, and I can't thank you enough. Debut hit, here I come. Alright, am I gonna go do Vanessa's quest real quick? 'Cause, otherwise, I'm gonna be doing quests forever. Has a quest inside the stadium? I don't think it's Vanessa's quest. I mean, we should probably take a break here. Oh, it's Seiya's quest.
Yes? So,
Hey there.
will you do it?
I actually wanted to talk to you about Takuma. Do you have a minute?
I guess I owe you one.
Appreciate
Things have
it.
gotten interesting.
There's been a whole slew of phone snatcher copycats lately, and Takuma's had his hands full dealing with them. He's been coming home late every night. I suspect he feels guilty about what he started and is trying to make things right.
My bad.
But I'm worried about him, to be honest, and I think you're the only one he'll listen to.
Sorry.
Well, let's not kid ourselves. It's pretty obvious how he feels about me. I'm sure it would go over much more smoothly if you were the one to talk to him. It seems like Seiya's given up hope on mending things with Takuma. There has to be a way to change his mind somehow. This calls for a magic show. Oh wait, no, but I have my Dragoncraft deck. A game of Shadowverse, sure, but why? Oh, looking for a breakthrough or something? You're really fascinating, you know that?
Yes, I get it.
Sure, I'd be happy to oblige. Let me know when you're ready to get this show started. Wait, didn't I? Oh, I never challenged your deck, huh? Or I never challenged this version of the deck. Yeah, let's not use our Dragoncraft, because I don't think that's ready. Not that we're gonna win first try with our Swordcraft, but... Oh, I just wanted to set you as our deck. There we go. Alright, let's do it.
So, we
Ready.
Shadowverse Showdown.
Great. Oh, and just so you know, I won't be holding back, not even for you. Shadowverse Showdown. Probably shouldn't have started this quest. I don't think this one's gonna end quickly. Probably going to take multiple tries to beat this man.
Ready when you are.
Sit back and enjoy the show.
Okay. Pretty good hand. Okay, let's see what Maid Leader pulls here.
Welcome home.
Maybe an Albert? Yeah. We got Blitz Lancer for next turn.
For knowledge!
Alright, Blitz Lancer doesn't really help us here.
Don't mess with the maid.
But we might as well do that then.
The flesh failed.
And then Blitz Lancer's probably gonna get killed by that card that does damage. Oh, he didn't have it.
Gimme.
He is pulling something with this Goblin Mage. I guess I kind of have to play Amelia here just to stay on curve.
We'll never surrender. Eat this.
He's gonna evolve and kill Amelia, I guess. That sucks.
Prepare to be amazed.
It's just like back in the old days.
Oh, good.
I'm just a mage who's as old as dirt.
I guess it's gotta be an Albert. Definitely doesn't feel great to make this play.
Sky Knights, prepare for battle.
But I feel like I have to evolve him.
Evolve.
A little blood won't stop me. Saber strike!
I don't feel like we're in a very good spot right now.
Better not be mean.
It's showtime.
I told you not to be mean to us.
Yeah, that's really bad.
This is the end.
I can't even play Cyclone Blade.
You've gotta see me dance.
You'll never touch Amelia.
I don't know how we fix the situation.
Guess I'm done
Yeah, okay. Guess we take a rematch real quick. That wasn't even close. We did not have a good enough hand.
Guess
And
I'm
he
done
had
for.
a too good a hand, apparently. It looked so okay, and then he just kind of, like, rolled over us.
Ready when you are.
Sit back and enjoy the show.
Alright, not great. Didn't get any better. Still not working out for us. Come on, really? I got so many 2-cost followers. A fourth of my deck is 2-cost followers. Kinda ridiculous. And I draw a 2-cost follower when I no longer need it. That sucks.
The battlefield awaits! Onward ho!
Will we use Blitz Lancer a little bit better here, I'm hoping. Okay, that sucks.
We're together forever.
I made leader
Welcome home, sir.
and veteran Lancer.
Leave it to me!
I'm just a mage.
Oh
who's as
my
old as
god,
dirt.
again with the Levi's, really?
It's just like back in the old days.
No, retreat!
I'm just a mage who's as old as dirt.
Apologies, sir.
Okay, well, let's start with Wholesale Swing.
At your service.
I'm all tuckered out.
And Blitz Lancer to deal with the second Levi.
Eat this!
I'm all tuckered out.
I think we just hold there.
Better not be mean.
It's showtime.
Oof.
I told you not to be mean to us! Ah!
Guess I gotta play Tsubaki here. I was gonna play Geno, but now I kinda need to play Tsubaki.
Take my blade of resentment.
Don't think I evolve here. Game's still not looking very good.
Welcome
This guy's just too
to the
tough.
greatest show.
Time for the final act.
I summon Gabrielle. She can't kill the greatest mage, but she can kill the golem. And then Tsubaki can kill the greatest mage. I guess that's what we gotta do.
The power of purity to you. Evolve! Heaven's decree will be and I will show you the way.
You're full of openings.
Don't forget to tip your waitress!
We could have maybe just done 8 damage there, but oh my god.
Heaven's decree will not be mean.
This doesn't do anything else, it's just a sigil, right? Yeah. Did I summon Dragon Newt? We're still 2 turns away from
This is Dragon New Country.
what's
No,
what's his
little one.
face? The giant golem, the pursuer golem or whatever. Oh no. He's just got too many answers to everything.
Weapon at the ready, youngling. Straight through ya.
Not like this.
At your service.
The battlefield awaits. Onward ho!
Just gonna hope. I mean, even if he does have pursuer golem. Ooh,
These blackened wings shall carve a new horizon.
that's not good.
Prepare to be amazed.
Onward, brethren. Our promised land awaits.
We're together forever.
Well. So we play Tsubaki this turn. The fact that he's got evolves again is really bad.
I will overcome this
But
trial.
No one gets past me.
I guess that's how it goes. Next turn, since he probably can't kill Tsubaki, we have Cyclone Blade.
It's showtime.
That's bad. But we can Odin it. Or we could just win the game.
Sky Knights, prepare for battle.
He didn't have enough to stop Albert.
Getting started.
He couldn't get any wards or
A little
anything,
blood
so
won't stop me. Saber strike.
I mean I could even kill the Pursuer Golem here if I wanted, but goodbye.
Finish it.
Show's over.
Man, that was not looking good, but we pulled through.
Good game.
Hopefully that was the end of this quest, because I still want to go do Vanessa's quest.
Yeah.
And you don't mess around either. I can see why Takuma's changed so much since meeting you. Well, I am the adult in our relationship. I suppose it's about time I start acting the part. Yeah,
Yes,
I'm right.
I get it.
I'll try having a heart-to-heart
That was
with him.
rude of me. So,
But would you mind coming
will you do
along?
it?
I'd really appreciate it. Alright, fair enough. Seems like a fair compromise. Hard. I'm sick and tired of all you losers trying to copy my style. It's always the same guy, too. Just make it stop.
that's no good.
I know you've been coming home late recently. Yeah, what's it to you? More than you might expect, actually. My life is none of your business.
Not in 1,000 years.
Nobody asked you. Didn't I already tell you to butt out of this? Think you're some kind of hotshot, huh? Takuma,
Yeah.
what are you trying to pull? Why did you do that? My body just moved on its own. You can hate me as much as you want, but I'm still your brother, Takuma.
So, will you do
I
it?
don't want to see you get hurt, so let's go home, okay?
Listen up.
I really can't stand that side of you. Always taking the high ground, being better than me, looking down on me.
That makes no sense.
Why do you even care? I'm supposed to be the bad guy, remember? Whatever.
Hey.
What are you standing around for? If we're gonna go home, let's go already. Shut up.
Yeah.
But I feel like we've bridged the gap at least a tiny bit. Thank you. Take this. Another Pursuer Golem? You know, wouldn't be a bad idea for us to take a page out of your book and stop beating around the bush. $400? And a Pursuer Golem. That makes 2.
Why not?
I'll try to have a proper heart-to-heart with him soon. Maybe at the park we used to frequent as kids. Hey, I know I said I'd start acting more like an adult, but I can't think of a more fitting place to start over. Thanks again for everything. Quest complete. Alright, guess we're done with that. We still don't have a Medusa, right? We'll have to pull packs at some point and hope that we can get a Medusa. Oh, that guy's already got another quest? Jesus, calm down. I just helped you 45 seconds ago. There's a new quest there. This should be the Vanessa quest, as far as I know. When I looked through the quest log, it said outside of the gen. Okay, I was absolutely wrong. It must be the other one. Oh no. Hey there. Here to play some games. There's nothing more important than a healthy dose of rivalry, and that includes Shadowverse too. I've actually got a rival of my own, but he's been in kind of a funk lately. He doesn't even stick around after our daily practice sessions at lunch. We always used to go out for a run to get the blood flowing before the main event. No holds barred Shadowverse match, but who knows when I'll get another chance to do that now. Seems like he could use some inspiration, and I know just the thing. Let's play a match. Let's go for a run. A game of Shadowverse, huh? I guess I should have seen that one coming. Sure, I'm down. Just let me know whenever you're ready to go. Do we know what kind of deck this guy uses? He's not a challengeable guy, so let's do it. Alright, may the best player win. Shadowverse Showdown. I just want to catch up on all the quests, so then at least we could start the Bond quests. And then maybe finally we can move on with the story.
Victory will be mine.
That was a pretty good hand. He's in A rank as well, so I'm hoping this won't be that difficult.
Gobby's feeling hungry.
Oh, this seems like an easy veteran Lancer play.
Leave this to me!
To arms, brother.
At your service.
Do I go whole-souled swing or novice trooper? He can't evolve yet. I'm thinking novice trooper.
Battlefield awaits! Come on! Onward ho!
I'm getting way more value out of this than he will, most likely.
No! Retreat! The battlefield
Ooh.
awaits! We're together
Alright, I
forever.
see you. I see. Seems like a Geno play.
Weapon at the ready, youngling. Straight through ya!
Really? You're gonna use all your mana for that? You're just a jerk. Well, Albert time.
Sky Knights, prepare for battle.
Evolve!
A little blood won't stop me. Saber strike.
An evolved Albert pretty much needs to be dealt with. Does he? Oh, he used it on
Let's
me.
speed things up. Now.
Man, he's really going all out with this play, huh?
There's no time for you slugs.
I'm just gonna Geno here.
Weapon at the ready, youngling.
Then I feel like the game's just about over.
Should have been quicker. At your service.
Saber strike.
Because I got lots of ways to make this lethal. Okay, you have a
Safe with
solution.
me, Captain.
Kind of. I don't think that's enough of a solution, actually. Monica. Summon a knight, deal X damage to an enemy follower. X equals the number of allied followers in play. So Monica could also break the ward. But Alwitas could do it too. I mean, it really doesn't matter. Just play.
You're safe with me, Captain.
We do this,
Blimey.
No one gets past me.
and that's lethal.
This should finish it.
You're really good.
Getting to use Alberts more consistently has really made this deck better.
Good game.
We still don't have the Aurelias we want, but the Alberts are there. Whoa, you're crazy good at this. I've got to hand it to you. That was an epic Shadowverse match. In fact, I'm feeling a bit recharged again. Say, maybe this is what my friend needs to get his head back into the game. If we practice day and night, he won't have time to worry about stuff. Okay. You don't think that'll work? What should I do then? Important to take breaks. Yeah, you make a good point. Gotta rest up to go all out, huh? I was so focused on myself that I didn't realize what my friend actually needed this whole time. And I never would have figured it out without you, so here, take this. White Knight. Fully restore all... oh, that's not very good. Alright. I'm disappointed. I think I'll try talking about something other than Shadowverse during our next practice. Hopefully that'll help him relax. Alright. And now she should be the one right here. But we still got the guy who wants to do his like comic book or whatever, but maybe we'll save that for another time. We can get to work on some of these Bond quests. But hello, Vanessa.
Aww.
Well, look who it is. Head in the clouds as
This
usual, I
calls
see.
for-
Actually, since you're here now, how about making yourself useful?
Let's you and I have a chat.
There's a little something I'd like your help with. You wouldn't turn down a lady's request, would you? Should I offer to help Vanessa? Sure, why not? I mostly just want your cards. Such
In that
enthusiasm.
case-
Very well, let's discuss your first task. I need you to fetch a small package that Marcel Tapioca has
After
prepared
that.
for me. He won't hand it over without the password though, so listen
Let's you
closely.
and I have a
The
chat.
password is a fairy's
Oh,
twinkle.
The pleasure is
Now
all
get going,
mine.
I'll be waiting for you. Alright, is he in his normal spot? Right here. Hello, sir. Oh, I kind of want to see what your deck has in it now. Oh, we still can't get your signature card. Lame.
Oh. How may I serve you?
What a fortuitous meeting. Oh, may I serve you? A fairy's twinkle?
Sacre bleu!
Oh, of course, you must be here on behalf of Mademoiselle Vanessa.
Okay.
Go on, take this, the purest sugar money can buy. I must say she has an exquisite taste. Pure sugar.
Au revoir.
Now, it would not do to keep la dame waiting. I recommend you, how you say, get the move on. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright. I thought she wasn't here for a second. I was like, ah.
Did you like that?
Do you have the package?
Why,
She just
thank
puts the
you.
sugar in her pocket, of course. Wonderful. A job well done deserves a reward. Oh, 5 packs.
Let's you and I have a chat.
I'm sure it goes without saying, but absolutely no one is to know about this. Especially... Sis, I'm hungry. Let's grab some grub. Her?
Yeah.
You know, I was just thinking, it's been a while since you whipped up that one thing. You know, the one. Does she like bake cakes for Vivian or something?
I'll see you later.
Especially Vivian. Now then, we must be going. Ciao. Oh, she's got another quest already? Sure, let's get started. Why, hello, looking for
Let's
something
you
to
and
do?
I have a chat.
Just so happens I have another job for you, actually. Feeling up to it? Yeah, let's do it. Part 2. That's
In
the
that
spirit.
case,
Then let's get right to it.
first,
I need you to fetch a small package that Seiya Kibakura has
after
prepared for
that,
me. Won't hand it over without the password though, so listen closely. What's up with
let's
all
you
you and
I
all these
have a
passwords?
chat.
Treant fruit? Alright.
Aww.
You're quite the obedient little one, aren't you?
The pleasure is
Not that I'm
all
complaining.
mine.
Anyway, run along now. I'll be waiting for you. Okay, so he's probably gonna be in the Shadowverse Stadium? Would be my guess? He doesn't appear there, but you can't see into the stadium is the secret. So I think he is actually here. Alright, I was very wrong. He does not look like he's here. Alright, mission failed. Where else would he be? Back alleys maybe? Nope. There he is. He's in the park, of course. He did say he was gonna go to the park with Takuma, but I don't think it works like that. Oh. Never mind, maybe it does work exactly like that, because maybe this quest only opened up after I did say his quest. What is your new deck anyways? You don't have, like, a cool card besides stupid Axe Pirate. Whatever. Hey, Saya.
What is it?
Oh, hello. Can I help you with something? Tree ant fruit?
Ah.
I see. So Miss Joubert sent you in her
Yes,
stead, huh?
I get it.
Interesting. Alright, take this. You got a tough-looking nut.
Hey, could we talk?
It was no easy feat getting my hands on something of this quality, even with my connections as a pro player. But gourmet nuts are, of all things. Heh, what could she possibly plan to use them for? I don't know, some weird nut cake? Alright, well, I don't really want to fight those two right now, but I'm really waiting for Takuma to get some better cards. I already got Axe Pirates, I don't need more of those. Alright, Vanessa, I got your tough nut.
Did you like that?
You have the package?
Why, thank you.
Marvelous. Here, your reward. Is it more packs? Oh, the blast flare. To an enemy follower. See, this is what I wanted. I want the blast fairy.
This is...
I must say, you truly are an
This
anomaly.
calls for...
You do realize I'm one of the ruthless Joubert sisters, right? The mere mention of our name is usually enough to send chills down a person's
But you and I
spine.
have a chat.
Even the underworld trembles before us, yet you took on my requests like they were nothing. You have a problem?
Can't you take a hint?
Nothing I say phases you, does it? Have to admit, I expected at least some hesitation. I'm gonna go with I don't mind helping out. I have no idea if she's a good person or not.
Oh, this calls for...
You know, you remind me of Vivian when she was
This
younger.
calls for...
It may be hard to believe now, but she used to see the world with the same childlike wonder. She was naive and innocent, just like you.
Sure.
But the harsh realities of our world soon hardened her, as
What
did
a
I.
shame.
We did what we had to in order to get by, even if it meant staining our hands. After all, life has a tendency to be unfair. I had to teach her to survive in an indifferent world.
This calls for...
But looking back, perhaps there was another path we could have taken.
I'll see you later.
That's enough rambling for now. I still have more work for you. So come see me again when you have the time. I don't know if her next quest will be available or not right now. Does not appear so. Okay, so that's gonna wrap it up for this one. Has this forest crab guy always been here? Well, we fought him, so yes, obviously. Yeah, that's gonna do it for now. Maybe Vanessa will get some more quests in the future, but next time the plan is to do some bond quests. We'll probably start with Kagura because we might have multiple Kagura quests. But either way, hopefully you enjoyed this one, and I will see you next time.